It's 2 for 1 Jack, splat, just like that. Bringing you tons of information, that's where he's at. He goes around town covering topics you'd like to know. Well, that's what you get when you tune in.
Rest until it comes. We who believe in love cannot rest. We who believe in love cannot rest until it comes.
All right, y'all, I think you're getting ready. We'll be singing with you more between each speaker. Make some noise for the No Kings Marching Band. We'll be marching together, and make some noise for Laura Goldhammer!
How's this volume? Can everyone hear me okay? That was pathetic! Can everyone hear me okay? That was a little better. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Len Harris. I had the honor of speaking to you in April, and now I have the immense honor to MC the first half of the No Kings Rally. Let's start with a quick chant. I did this when I spoke in April, and I'm going to do it again. When I say, show me what democracy looks like, you respond with, this is what democracy looks like, all right? Show me what democracy looks like. I said, show me what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. I said, show me what democracy looks like. Gorgeous, y'all, gorgeous. All right. I'm going to give you a quick lowdown for what we have in store for you today, some logistics you need to know, and then we're going to get started. So, we have 4 amazing speakers and 1 land acknowledgement, so 5 amazing speakers for you this morning. Then we're going to head out on our march, and once our march is completed, we'll be coming back here and have more amazing speakers for you, so please don't go after the march. There's plenty of things for you to do. A second thing for you to do here, we have some incredible tables and booths set up on the second part of the lawn. So if you're wondering, hey, what do I do after this march? How do I continue to support my community members? All the answers you need are at those booths. So I would encourage you to please go check them out. Now, if you're looking for a bathroom, there are bathrooms located at the corner of the park off of 14th and Broadway. So there's that there for you. And let's get going. Woo-hoo! So, our first guest for you today is the incredible Raven Payment. Raven Payment is an Anishinaabe, Ghanaian Gahaga storyteller and grassroots advocate working to confront the crisis of missing and murdered Indigenous relatives through community action and policy change. Please welcome Raven Payment to the stage. Is this on? Okay. Buju and Denawe Maganaguk, Nin Raven Payment and Dishnaka, Nin Anishinaabe, Ghanaian Gahaga, Nin Gagoon Dodam. Hello, all of my relatives. My name is Raven Payment. I come to you as an Anishinaabe and Ghanaian Gahaga woman, and I am of the Fish Clan. All right. I was initially asked to give a land acknowledgement today. This infers that I use polite words about the theft and the loss of life of my ancestors. To name the tribes, to give a moment of silence before the show goes on. I am very tired of hollow gestures. Land acknowledgements have become a ritual of comfort, a way for you all to feel righteous without surrendering power, without giving land back, without changing a damn thing. Words without action are not respect. They are permission for the injustice to continue. So let me speak the truth. Denver sits on unceded stolen land. Colorado is home to at least 51 tribes with historic and legal standing. Denver was one of 7 U.S. cities chosen for the Indian Relocation Program of the 1950s and 60s, which was a federal experiment to erase us, to push Native people off our homelands, and scatter us into cities like this one. Colorado had 11 boarding schools, including 2 right here in Denver, built with one goal: kill the Indian to save the man. Strip the language, the ceremony, the spirit, until nothing left was obedience. And yet when we're invited to this table, we are asked to only acknowledge the land. I already acknowledge this land every day. My people's bones are in this soil. Our songs are in this wind. Our memories are in the rivers. I don't need a scripted moment to remember that. I live it. We live it. It's in our DNA. The land doesn't need acknowledgement. It needs restoration. It needs protection. It needs people who belong to it to be visible again. Because here is the uncomfortable truth. American Indian people are invisible to you. You assume we live somewhere else on a distant reservation, out of sight and out of mind, or worse, that we're extinct. But we are not gone. 80% of us live outside of reservations. We live right here in your neighborhoods, at your schools, in your hospitals, in your offices, in your movements. We're still here. We've always been here. You come out to these protests. You wear your Handmaid's Tale costumes, shouting about dystopia, about the fear of what could happen to you, about losing control of your body, your freedom, your voice. But the terrible things that you were afraid might happen to you, they already happened to us. The dystopia you imagine, we lived it. The genocide you fear, we're surviving it. The apocalypse that you dread, it already happened to our ancestors. You want to fight tyranny? You need to learn from the people who have endured it on this continent for centuries. Violence against the land is violence against the people. When you poison the rivers, you poison all of us. When you strip the mountains, you desecrate our ancestors. When you destroy the forests, you silence our medicine. And this is not a metaphor. The land is our relative, and it's dying under the same systems that made our ancestors invisible. That's right. We never had kings. We had councils and clan mothers. We had accountability. We had wisdom. We governed through consensus, not domination. The Haudenosaunee Great Law of Peace gave this country its model for democracy, but when they borrowed from us, they left out the most important parts. Women in leadership, the duty to care for the earth, and the obligation to consider how our choices today would affect the next 7 generations. I am worried at the perception that America was founded on greatness and that there is a period to which we should return. Let me be clear, we need a vision of newness because at no point has America been great for everyone. The founding documents declared that all men are created equal, but they called my people merciless Indian savages in the same breath. And those words are still written in the Declaration of Independence. That stain has never been erased. We're here at No Kings because we are done pretending that this system works. We are done watching the same kind of people hoard power while others struggle to survive. We are done being invisible. We know what we don't want. We don't want kings. We don't want rulers. We don't want systems that destroy the planet and then ask us to say thank you. We cannot stop there. We need vision and we need creation. Things that I demand and what I expect from every single person here when they say that they mean change. We need to return land where possible and co-manage what cannot be returned. Sacred sites are not decoration in a brochure. They are living obligations. Second, do not grant permits to projects that destroy water, soil, and air, especially when Indigenous people object. Take away police budgets that criminalize survival. Put that money into housing, community health, and substance treatment. Fund reparations and buyback programs that actually put resources back from which they were stolen. Force honest history into classrooms and expunge the lies that make genocide digestible. This is not a wish list for later. This is immediate. If your city council refuses to act, then you shut down their city hall. If corporations keep profiting off destruction, you divest and you boycott. If universities keep hiding research and names, you demand transparency and you withhold your labor. If boards will not listen, you take direct action and hold the line. We will be tactical, we will be relentless, and we will not confuse civility with meekness. And I hope you don't mistake my words for hatred. This is pure love for our relations and other humans. This is love for children who are going to inherit what we leave. That love is fierce. It has to, otherwise this history will repeat until we have nothing left. If you are here today and you mean it, you have to do more than chant. Call your council members, show up at school board meetings, give money and time to Indigenous-led organizations, put pressure on pension funds and university endowments. I knew I was going to eventually mess up a word, so there we go. And university endowments. Learn the names of the tribal nations of the land you sit on, who are the original stewards of this place, and use those names when you speak. If you really want to honor this land, act like it. If you want to honor Indigenous people, follow our lead. If your city, your employer, your government refuses to change, then make them uncomfortable. Shut down complacency. Disrupt hypocrisy. Force the reckoning. We never had kings and we don't need them now. What we need is courage, and we need truth. We need people who are ready to do more than clap for justice. We need those of you who are willing to fight for it. So stop asking us to acknowledge. Start asking yourself what you're willing to give back, because acknowledgement without action is allyship, it's complicity. The apocalypse already happened. We're still here. We still rise. We still fight. No more kings, no more lies. Land back, power back, future back.
We are here, we will never leave. Got Cheryl Fuck up here live. Fuck yeah.
Give it up for Raven and an amazing and true speech. I think this is a moment now more than ever to be clear-eyed about our history. And it's true, our history and the inception of our country is not a pretty one. But the potential for it to be something amazing, as made clear today, is so immense. So let's welcome our next incredible speaker, one of the main organizers for this event. Tiffany Weber is a leader of the Solidarity Warriors and one of the key planners for today. She is a lifelong activist and organizer. Please welcome Tiffany to the stage.
We're here today because Trump has defied the courts. He's deported Americans. His mass secret police are separating families and disappearing people off our streets.
Shame!
And they're slashing services like Medicaid and SNAP to line the pockets of his billionaire cronies. Enough is enough. Say it with me. Enough is enough. A lot of people have asked me, what good does it do? Trump's not going to change. He doesn't care that we're here. Maybe that's true. Until it isn't. You might have heard Republicans like Mike Johnson calling our No Kings protests Hate America rallies. I laughed the first time I heard it because it means something. It means they're scared.
That's right!
And that means we're doing something right. He has the gall to say we hate America. We love America. We love the loud, beautiful, chaotic streets of Denver. We love the variety of ways that people show up to protests. And we hate the fact that not everyone can safely exercise their American right to free speech. Now, why is our response nonviolent? Political scientists who've studied hundreds of nonviolent and violent revolutions found that nonviolent movements are twice as likely to succeed as violent ones. And over the last 50 years, they've become even more successful, even in brutal dictatorships. Civil resistance means fighting back. But we don't want to fight a dictator with his strongest weapon. He has a monopoly on force and violence, as we've seen by the lawless ICE agents assaulting innocent victims and kidnapping people off their streets.
Shame!
We want to be strategic about how we fight a dictator like this. Otpor was a nonviolent movement in Serbia from 1998 to 2000. Their goal was to overthrow Milosevic's authoritarian regime. Their strict adherence to nonviolence prevented the regime from portraying them as violent agitators. They used tactics like boycotts, encouraged strikes, and refusal to obey regime orders. But they also used humor and creativity, like what we've seen out of Portland lately. To make repression look absurd. When demonstrators stormed the federal parliament in Belgrade to demand Milosevic's resignation, he ordered soldiers to shoot. They refused. And when one of them was asked later why, he said, "I didn't know if my children were in that crowd." The bigger we grow our movement, the more connections we have to these pillars that prop up the fascist authoritarian regime.
Right.
We need to make it uncomfortable, unbearable for the people who are carrying out Trump's plans.
Right.
We must cheer for the people who refuse ICE to use their bathrooms and restaurants and refuse them parking lots and hotels. And the people who had dance parties and banged pots and pans outside the hotels that did give ICE shelter. During Trump's sad little birthday parade, some people noticed that the soldiers were marching out of step. When you hear from people who are or were in the military, you'll hear from them that you can march in your sleep. Which means what these soldiers did during Trump's birthday parade was mass non-compliance. Deliberate misbehavior signals that the authorities' commands are not absolute. If you look around, you'll notice millions of people taking those large or tiny first steps. And now it's our time. We need to be louder, more visible. We need to motivate the people around us who are too scared to join us. We need to speak up for those who can't.
This isn't about you.
My first experience at a protest was in 2003, a few days after George W. Bush declared war on Iraq with his shock and awe bombing campaign. Pictures started coming in of children maimed or killed by those bombs. I was only 21, but I knew I had to do something. I just moved to Boulder, and I didn't know anyone in the area. But I was so angry, so heartbroken, that I decided to make a bunch of signs and go stand on the corner of Pearl Street and hope that people would join me. No one did. I stood there for half an hour and started to lose hope. Then, around the corner, came a huge march. And I ran over and I joined them. And I had this immense feeling of belonging, of finding thousands of people who felt exactly like I did. I wasn't alone anymore. And I've spent my life trying to replicate that feeling for other people. My hope is today that we're the crowd that offers someone that feeling of relief. That the photos and stories you share will lift the heart of a friend, a fired federal worker, a family member worried about how to afford health care next year. We are here together. Let's take a moment to soak in our power. We want you to know that we are here with you and that we have strength in numbers. Today around the country, there are more than 2,500 simultaneous protests. Can you feel it? We might not see our movement on corporate media, but our resistance is strong and it's growing. Soon, we're going to march. When we march, we're joining in step physically with thousands, maybe millions of strangers. We're standing up for what is right, what is just, and what is good. We're showing people the alternative to fear and isolation and hate. We are the hope. We are strength, and we are power.
Give it up again for Tiffany! All right, we're going to have one last song in between our next speaker.
We have to stand up against cruelty against our neighbors. If it's not happening to you now, it may happen to you tomorrow. But we have to stand up today. So let's sing a song, and you can join in as you catch on. I'm gonna lift my sister up, she is not heavy. I'm gonna lift my sister up, she is not heavy. I'm gonna lift my sister up. She is not heavy. And if you don't lift her up,
Clap, 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 clap.
and if you don't lift her up, and if you don't lift her up, we are all
Here we go. There's a is. I'm gonna lift my brother.
I'm gonna lift my brother up. He is not heavy.
There you go.
I'm gonna lift my brother up. He is not heavy. I'm gonna lift my brother up. He is not heavy.
If we don't lift him up, if we don't lift him up,
I was told I could.
if we don't lift him up, we will fall down. Last one. Our children. We're gonna lift our children up. We are not heavy.
We're gonna lift our children up. We are not heavy. We are gonna lift our children up. They are not heavy.
If we don't lift,
And if we don't lift them up,
if we don't lift them up, if we don't lift them up, we will fall down. Okay, one more that's real simple. And could we get a key for Hey Jude?
Hey.
This one's very simple. Anything can be a song for a march. We want you to feel empowered to do this. So it goes like this. Na 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 na. Na na na. Go Kings! No Kings! No!
Kids, no kids, no kids.
No! 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 That's how easy it is. One last time, as loud as you can. No! 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 Make some noise, y'all.
Kings.
All right, in the interest of time, y'all, we're just going to go through with our speakers for the rest of the event and then get started on our march. How does that sound? All right, our next speaker is Julian Camara. Julian is the lead organizer for the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, in Colorado. ACLU's mission is to protect, defend, and extend the civil liberties of all people in Colorado. ACLUs are staunch supporters of our rights to resist unlawful actions of the Trump administration. Please welcome to the stage, Julian Camara.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Denver.
It's 2 for 1 Jack, splat, just like that. Bringing you tons of information, that's where he's at. He goes around town covering topics you'd like to know. Well, that's what you get when you tune in to the 2 for 1 Jack Show.